Like literally how insulting to be sitting there saying that there's no credible evidence that there was any trafficking done to these powerful individuals. Who did Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein go to jail for trafficking children to? Like those are literally prosecuted, convicted, in jail. Who do they traffic? Where are the sex crimes? Like, what do you mean? Prince Andrew, no longer Prince, because he denounced his title because he brought so much shame onto his family. Did so because of this. Bill Gates' wife divorced him over this. We have flight logs. We have victim accounts. We have statements made under oath. And yet you, as the head of the FBI, are going to sit in front of us and lie to the face of the American people about the worst thing you could ever imagine happening to your daughter, to your wife, to your mother, to the women that we are supposed to protect in this country. And you're going to stand there with your bug eyes and tell us that none of it exists. Like, man, that is how you know that riots are all fake. Because if we're not rioting about this, if we're not revolting about this, if we're not dismantling the current government structure that is built upon the backs of the victimized female children, what is it? Nobody's in the streets. Nobody's overturning cars. Nobody's lining up and pushing back against police officers over this. Nothing. So it's either one of two things. Either every one of the current riots over the past several years has been AstroTurf, or Republicans, I guess all of us, but Republicans just have to be pussies then. That's the only answer, other than the fact that everything else was AstroTurf. And we're all just so satiated. We're all just scrolling all day. We're all just intaking all the information and watching the football game and playing video games and scrolling TikTok. We're all too satiated, too gluttonous with empty matters to care about the things that truly do and have an opinion about the way that it's going to affect our children. Literally in this. Because do you think that stopped? Do you not think there's another Epstein out there? Do you not think there's 10 different islands? You don't think there's a power vacuum that just got sucked up and brought another individual in there? You don't think there's another Diddy out there? You don't think there's another Epstein out there? You don't think there's more honeypots being had by the Israeli Mossad? Like, what is it? What's going to cause us to actually get upset enough to go to the streets? It's crazy. I'm baffled by this. And then you have Cash Patel sitting there saying that there's no credible evidence. There's more evidence in the Epstein files than any prosecuted sex trafficking case in history. It's the most watched, and it's also been the most gaslit from the American governmental system down to us. And then he has the audacity. Cash Patel has the audacity. This man goes from going from a Senate hearing or a House, congressional hearing to look Thomas Massie in the eye and say, there's no credible evidence with Epstein. And then goes to Twitter, goes to X and says, has the balls to say, 122 children rescued. A powerful reminder of what's possible when our federal, state, and local partners work with urgency and precision. Grateful to every agency that stood shoulder to shoulder on this mission. Under President Trump's leadership, we'll keep hunting the predators who target our kids and bring them to justice. You coward. How embarrassing. How gross. How disgusting. This childless, impotent predator in and of himself dating some 24-year-old girl, and then has the audacity to sit here and gaslight you and say, oh, thanks to President Trump and my FBI, we're going after the predators. And then look Thomas Massie dead in the eye and say there's no such thing as the Epstein files, that there's no victims. It was all fake. You coward. How unbelievable. How gross. It's infuriating. Absolutely infuriating.